Gonna need these. Got these from Amazon. And then I'm just gonna take off this whole bin. And then we're just gonna use the Pelon sticks from here since I'm doing my stash. And then I'm probably gonna get a few big ones just because I have to do my chin, my double chin if you will. And then I'll also be using this wax. Alright y'all, so while that's warming up, we're just gonna take a little bit. I'm just gonna put on my gloves and do a little story time of how I decided to become an esthetician. Because it was a long time in the making. Y'all, I'm sorry if I keep looking this way, because this is where I can see myself, but this is the camera, so I'm gonna try to look at the camera as much as I can, but if I don't, please don't hold it against me. Anywho, these are the Satin Smooth. I love their products, we use them in school, so I was just like, let me go in the same path, because I like them. And I got these on Amazon storefronts. Link in bio, of course. So y'all, I am based out of Knoxville, Tennessee. I do facials, lash lifts, brow tints, lamination. I do facial waxing, like the stash area, chin. I got some hair down here, ooh, a little beard going on, but I do that as well. Yeah, so that's what I do. Those are my services. I decided to keep it nice and small and short just because I feel like once you find your niche, you don't really have to expand so much and be a jack of all trades, but if you are, that's completely fine. It's just not for me. I don't want to do something that I don't want to do or that I don't have to do. So for example, like I don't like to do lash extensions. Those are very tedious. It's not for me. I love getting them. And kudos to all my lash techs out there because that is not easy at all. But yeah, that's what I do. That's what I love. My special area is facials. I love a good facial. I love giving massages. I love making my clients feel good and nice and glowy. So y'all, I'm just gonna let you know right now, the girl was everywhere and anywhere in regards to like what I was gonna do after high school. I definitely knew one thing. I was not going to college because no. So I was like, I'm gonna become a makeup artist because a backstory, when I was much younger, YouTube was just coming out and I was seeing a lot of makeup artists. I was seeing a lot of like that drag makeup, the 2016 makeup, but in 2011, the popularization of it, if you will. So I was obsessed and I was like, girl, look at this eye makeup look at everything that I'm doing and it's coming out so good. The more I practiced, the better I got. It was a little bit of an outlet for me to showcase my creative side. I was doing my own thing, not to toot my own horn, but I really was, you know, it was years of practice. And of course I did it as well to like cover up the acne that I had, because when you're a young girl, like who wouldn't? I don't want to showcase all that redness on my face, and if I have makeup, I'm gonna put it on. That was me. I grew up with that from like 11 to now. I mean, I love makeup, but that's when it started. I think it was sophomore year. I ended up enrolling into an Academy of Glam, like a makeup school, but I loved the school. I mean, they taught henna, they taught SFX, they taught how to do like model makeup, wedding makeup, waterproof, anything and everything. They taught you advertising, they taught you content, marketing, blah blah blah, this and that. Loved it. But when I got out, because I wasn't that outspoken and charismatic person, I didn't advertise myself well, and being in high school, I didn't think people would take me seriously. So I never really got any clients other than the occasional model call that I would do and try to advertise myself like that. And I would love doing it, but at the end of the day, I just knew that people had a specific vision when they want to do their makeup. Like, you're putting stuff on their face, they better like it. And if they don't like it, like, there's gonna be problems, is my thought. And I didn't like that confrontation. I didn't like the thought of someone possibly not liking my art, liking the creativity that I would do on them. And so I just let that thought go, but it was still in the back of my mind. I ended up working in Sephora, my second job in high school, and I was obsessed. I loved doing my own little makeup looks. Everybody would compliment me on them and I'd love it. And you know, I was just still getting to know the products and everything, And so when I would make my rounds, I kept looking at like the skincare and like, wow, if you work there, you know your stuff. Like you're just killing it. So when I heard about all these ingredients, I'm like, whoa, I kind of feel like a scientist when I'm like trying to put together a skincare routine. So that's when it like stuck with me. I was like, oh wow, so like this is what an esthetician does, because I've only known like a cosmetologist and a barber, but I didn't know there was like the in-between, which would be an esthetician, which is what I am. Let me get started, y'all. I'm gonna pause right here. So I locked that in the back of my brain and I was like, okay, like I like this, I can do this. Ended up going to talk to someone at Aveda, but girl, I just got out of high school and I had no money, so that was super duper expensive for me. I couldn't do that, so around that time COVID hit. Got a job actually at Aveda as a receptionist after I got fired from Sephora because of COVID, and I kept seeing like the ins and outs of like becoming an esthetician and just being in that little world. Fast forward, going to another job, and at that job I'm kind of making bank, you know. I'm kind of like I was a collector though, so it was having those hard conversations, and my little Christian heart was like, I don't want to be talking about this to people. Like, this is something that is closed off. Like, your finances and everything that you do with your stuff is your business, but not with collections. Like, that is something that you really have to be digging in deep to find out why it is that they're not paying for their house. So I'm just like doing that, and at one point I thought I was doing okay. So I ended up finding out about this other school, and it had like this hybrid program and it was much more affordable. And so I ended up going for like a little interview with my dad. I brought you a little down because I'm sitting and now I have a mirror. I went with my dad and everything was sounding good. It was hybrid, so I can do like online and then go in person on Wednesdays and Thursdays after work. So that was really, really convenient for me as a working woman. Kind of decided it was good for my mental health just to quit that job because of everything that was going on. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna quit my job and I'm just gonna leave it in God's hands. I end up quitting, and meanwhile I have a girl at the school where we're becoming friends and everything is going really good with us. She says, hey, there's actually a job opening on this position. It's, you know, family owned, this and that. And I was like, I don't know, because she would kind of tell me like things that were happening in the office, and I was like, I don't know if I want to be in that environment. But I was so desperate, I was like, okay, yeah, let me go in for an interview. So I end up being interviewed, everything's good, everything's fine, and I end up getting the job. It was literally all God, because I was 3 months without a job. I ended up getting like a check I didn't expect in the mail, in which that saved my butt on that 3rd month. Ended up getting that job and eventually opening up this space with, you know, everything that I'm getting with the job, of course. Going back, I was also like doing schoolwork, and we were still going to school on Wednesdays and Thursdays after work. So it was a pretty hectic schedule, and then having to study for the state board exam and all that, which I can go into that later in a separate video if you guys would like, because that was stressful for me. And then when I ended up going, it wasn't even that bad. Like, it was a piece of cake, truly. Let me go ahead and start applying this because I can yap forever, and I know I'm gonna need a second for this because it's gonna hurt. Test strut. No, that's gonna hurt. Ugh. Curse these Hispanic genes. And don't mind my posture. Don't judge, y'all. Don't judge, please. I got a little glob. There's no going back now. This is gonna hurt. Let me prepare myself. Oh, I know this is gonna hurt. You can tell it's been a while. Got a few hairs I need to tweeze. On to the next side. I feel like I make a mess every time I do this on myself. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can because the hairs are thick, but look. we're gonna get all of that. I'm gonna take it from the side, and then I should rip that way because they're coming from the side. Let me see if I can actually show you this. So I don't know if you can see, but the hairs are going this way on this side, and then on this side they're kind of going like down. Ow! Dang, that hurt. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Ooh. That's so nice. That was a good pull. Look at those black hairs. My gosh. Oh, can you see? Look how black that is. Like, I don't know where they come from. Look at the ones we left over. Should I do my brows? I think I am. Ooh. The way the story ends is I was looking for sweets on Facebook Marketplace just for funsies because I didn't really think I'd be able to come out of school and then automatically get something so serious like a solo esthetician and be on my own. But I found something in Knoxville and it worked out perfectly. I mean, here we are. I'm gonna give you a little tour of the room here in a few days. Hopefully stay tuned for that video. So here's an after. Please don't mind my pimpies, y'all. I'm about to get on that monthly enemy that we don't talk about, but here is the results. Yeah, the brows are not as good as I wanted them to be, but it's okay. And then of course, so we're bald. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. You can expect more of this content coming soon. I'll be doing a room tour coming up, so stay tuned for that. Follow me on all my social media, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Everything is LOMAH Aesthetics, LOMAH Aesthetics. And of course, if you want to book a service with me, it'll be down below, as well as all my Amazon storefront items down below as well. Bye guys.